The womb decides why only the Black American Indian woman can speak for herself. In a world fixated on identity politics and inclusion, a dangerous misconception has taken root that proximity to Blackness equals belonging. Many believe that cultural immersion, lived experiences, or even love can replace lineage. But for Black American Indian women, this erasure of sacred boundaries isn't inclusion, it's intrusion. The truth is simple but often ignored. Identity begins in the womb. Only the Black American Indian woman, the bearer of sacred bloodlines, can define her experience and speak her truth. Subscribe to this channel to explore why protecting these boundaries is essential for preserving lineage, sovereignty, and sacred authority. The conflict lies in how patriarchal and colonial ideologies have erased the role of the Black American Indian womb in shaping identity. The myth of proximity. Many daughters born of Black fathers and non-Black mothers believe their connection to Blackness is enough to define it. They may be culturally immersed, show up in Black spaces, or even face racism, but none of this substitutes for the spiritual and ancestral inheritance carried through the womb. Cultural intrusion vs. inclusion. When these women attempt to define Black womanhood, they repeat the same colonial practices of silencing the matriarch. Affection or cultural alignment does not override the sacred bloodlines carried by Black American Indian women. Displacement of legacy, interracial unions, particularly where Black men seek validation or upward mobility through non-Black women, have contributed to the cultural gaslighting of Black women. Their children are often positioned as bridges or new Blackness, further alienating the women whose wombs built the culture. This is not about hate, it's about protecting the sacred role of the Black American Indian matriarch, whose lineage cannot be borrowed or substituted. The turning point comes with the realization that the womb is the ultimate authority in determining identity, the tree of life. The Black American Indian woman is not just a demographic, she is the embodiment of the sacred tree of life. Her womb carries the memories, traditions, and spiritual codes of both African and indigenous lineages that colonization could never destroy. Sacred boundaries. No amount of cultural education, community service, or proximity to pain can replace the lived experience of being born through this womb. Identity is not negotiable, it is sacred and must be protected. A final truth to the daughters of Black fathers and non-Black mothers: you are valid, whole, and loved, but you are not Black. The greatest respect you can show the Black American Indian matriarch is to honor your lineage and claim your truth without displacing ours. The Black American Indian woman will no longer allow others to speak for her. She is speaking now, and the world must listen. As this truth takes root, the consequences create space for healing and clarity. Restoring sovereignty. By reclaiming the authority of the womb, Black American Indian women are restoring their sacred role as the originators and protectors of their culture. Healing through boundaries. Setting clear boundaries around identity allows for authentic connection without erasure. Inclusion with integrity becomes possible when lineage is respected. Reclaiming the narrative. The original Black woman is taking back her voice, her story, and her lineage, no longer allowing others to define her or her community. This isn't about exclusion, it's about protection, preservation, and honoring the sacred. The Black American Indian matriarch is not a relic of the past, she is the foundation for the future. Her womb, her lineage, and her voice are sacred, and they do not need validation from anyone. To the daughters of the womb, it's time to rise and reclaim your sacred authority. And to those who wish to stand with us, remember this: respect begins with listening. Subscribe to this channel and like this post to join the movement for cultural preservation, identity reclamation, and matriarchal sovereignty. The matriarch is speaking. Will you listen?